Hello again, YouTube. So I'm back after a long break. It's been about 2 years since I posted my last episode here. And before I start posting episodes again, I just wanted to kind of, first of all, check in and just kind of let you guys know why I'm back, where I've been, what's been going on in the meantime. So for the past couple of years, as I've not been posting here on YouTube, the podcast has kept going. I've kind of slowed down my number of episodes. Things got a little too much for me with the kind of frequency I was putting episodes out at. So that did change. But the main thing, or the main reason that I stopped posting here on YouTube was because I kind of went from posting full episodes and then finding that they were getting censored by YouTube. Episodes were getting pulled for ridiculous reasons. I tried to work around that a little bit by doing these kind of like little censorship inserts into my episodes, which did seem to work for a while, but it was a lot of effort for me to do that, and I didn't really like doing it. It didn't feel good for me to do that because it's kind of against my principles really to censor stuff. And then I subsequently decided that I was going to kind of just put the trailers for the episodes on there and not put the full episodes. And that was kind of just in the hope that people who were following on the channel could just at least get the notifications there. And then they could just kind of follow the links through to censorship-free platforms, the podcast feed, etc. And I did that for a little while, but then that also kind of became a little bit burdensome, having to make trailers for the episodes. And in the end, I just thought, like YouTube is just not the platform for this. Like it's just too heavily censored. So anyway, that kind of brings me to today and why I'm back here on this platform. And the reason is basically because from what I understand and kind of at least that I'm hearing is that YouTube has toned down its censorship. It seems that it's a bit easier to get your episodes to kind of like pass on the platform now. So I'm going to just give it another go, putting the episodes up here. I'm not going to be censoring anything. I'm not going to be putting them as trailers. I'm going to put the full episodes here and just see how it goes. Just see how things work out with the platform. And the reason I do want to be on YouTube, and I'm not just kind of abandoning it altogether really, is because I feel that with the podcast feed, with podcast platforms, they're really great in many ways. They're much better for censorship. It's, I like the fact that it's that, your content gets kind of distributed across these different channels, and you just kind of like edit your information in one place. You don't have to kind of keep track of everything. It's just one central location where everything's being hosted. So I like the platform for that, or I guess just the podcasting format. However, the thing that it doesn't do, the thing it's not great at, is actually kind of getting you a new audience or attracting new people, attracting new listeners, etc. I find that YouTube is much better for that. I think that YouTube has a much better algorithm when it comes to kind of essentially pushing your episodes to people who might be interested in them. And that's something that's just not happening, hasn't been happening for the podcast, on the podcast for a while. I kind of feel like I've maintained some of my audience. Some people have kind of, gone away, which, is fair enough. Some people get disinterested. Also, I've kind of like taken a couple of breaks from the podcast as well. So partly due to kind of my own actions. But I do want to kind of continue to like try and grow my audience, at least somewhat. The main reason that I do these episodes is for myself, honestly. I do it, for my own good. This is my hobby. I'm not making money out of it or anything like that. It's just for my own good. But it is nice to be able to kind of have people tune in, listen to the episode, and know that people out there are getting value. And also, when I was kind of doing the podcast a little while back, a couple of years back, I was getting kind of invites onto other people's shows, etc., who were finding me on places like YouTube. And that was great. I like having conversations with people. So I want to be on YouTube. I do want to kind of continue that and to hopefully kind of grow the channel a little bit. I'm getting back to more of a regular posting schedule as well. Things have been kind of pretty crazy over the past couple of years. Really, since I left YouTube, it's been up and down a bit all over the place. And I haven't been able to commit as much as I would have liked. And now I'm hoping to commit much more to the podcast, get more of a regular posting schedule, and just move it in a different direction, just see where things are going. Because, I'm having all kinds of different conversations. I've met so many new people having these conversations who really interest me, and I want to have more conversations with them and with other people. So I think I also, for that same reason, need to be a bit less concerned about things like censorship, because I feel like the topics I'm talking about a bit more now, they're just not as, at least in terms of kind of YouTube and things, not as like controversial or whatever, talking about, the jabs and things like that. That was always the main thing. But I do feel like with other topics and stuff that I'm talking about a bit more now, I think that YouTube seems a little less caring about those kind of things. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm going to start posting episodes here again, and I just kind of wanted to do a bit of a video first of all, just to fill everyone in, let people know, rather than just suddenly start posting episodes and people like, where have you been? I wanted to just give a bit of context. So the next episode is going to be following on from the last one that was here on YouTube. I think it's episode 58, but I could have that wrong. Which is the one. Yeah, you'll see. You'll find out. You'll find out when it's posted. I'm trying to do this in one take, so yeah, you'll have to just see what the episode is. But I'm going to keep posting from that point onwards, and we'll see how things go. Some episodes might get pulled. We'll see what happens. But eventually, I hope to catch up here with the podcast feed. So if you are still following the channel and you just want to see where things are at now and get all of the episodes since I last posted here on YouTube, go to the podcast feed and check it out. Everything is still up to date there. But yeah, over the next few kind of weeks and months, I'm going to be catching up on here and then continuing to post the episodes on YouTube as well. And just have this as another avenue for the podcast. It's something that I've kind of wanted to do for a while. And now that I've got a little bit more time in my life and a little bit more space and things aren't quite as hectic as they have been, I want to give a little bit more attention to that. So thank you to everyone who has stayed subscribed this long, despite my kind of 2-year absence. But yeah, hopefully that will kind of pay off and you'll appreciate some of the episodes that I'll be posting on here. I've been having some really great conversations. So if you haven't been kind of following me on the audio feed, I've been having some of my best conversations, honestly, have been in the past 2 years. So even though they've been less frequent, they've been some of my favorites. So I think that you guys will really enjoy that. So yep, here I am. I'm back. Shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think, what's been going on, and what you want to see more of, what you want to hear more of. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, and you'll see more from me soon.